Kuzmenok's face was in the peephole. I'll make comments from time to time. Kuzmenok is sort of a friend of the narrator. I opened the door. "You alone?" he asked. "No," I said. "Let's go for a walk. I have to do my geometry homework." "Who gives a fuck about geometry?" "Copy it during the break tomorrow." "Copy it from who?" "Somebody. Someone will have it done for sure. The girls always do it." "All right, I'll go." I'll wait down on the street," he said. "You got any cigarettes? If you do, let me have some." "Why?" I said. I walked past the mailboxes as I was going down the steps on the first floor. Somebody jumped out from behind the door. I flinched. "Did you piss yourself?" Kuzmenok cracked up. We walked out in the building's entry. The sky above the kindergarten was pink. The sun had only just gone down. We turned toward building number 150. A siren began to wail. 2 red fire trucks with flashing lights shot between the buildings. I looked up at Kale's apartment window. "Where's that 4-eyed friend of yours?" asked Kuzmenok. "How should I know? Maybe he's at home, maybe he's not. Fuck him. Anybody who wears glasses is a pussy. You're gonna tell me I'm wrong?" "He's not a pussy," I said. "Of course he's a pussy," said Kuzmenok. "That's one thing I know for sure." Andron was standing at the bus stop smoking a cigarette with a filter. "Ask him for a cigarette," said Kuzmenok. "He won't give me one," I said. "Ask him. Are you pissing yourself or something? You ask him." "I don't feel like smoking," I said. The trolley bus was coming in from Green Meadows. "Let's go downtown. We'll go for a walk." "What are we gonna do there?" "You'll see," he said. "Do you have any trolley tickets?" "Nope." "Who the fuck needs tickets? You scared of the conductor or something?" We got on the trolley bus. Andron stayed at the stop. He looked at us, threw his cigarette butt on the pavement, and crushed it with his boot. "We're getting off here," said Kuzmenok. "Then where are we going?" I asked. "Sovetskaya Square. That's where the company club is." "Which company's club?" Kuzmenok didn't answer. The trolley bus stopped by the Vyhovsky Bazaar. We jumped out, ran across the street and along the Gorky Park fence. There used to be carousels and a Ferris wheel, but then they got rid of all of it. And that same year, a new park opened up on the other side of the Dnieper, by the culture center and the chemical complex. All that was left in the old park was the summer theater. You know where we'll go? The toilet there has holes in the wall. When the girls go to the toilet at the disco dance in the company club, we'll be able to see everything. It's not the company club. It's construction firm number 9's club, I said. All the guys call it the company club. So can we go, or are you pissing yourself? Who's pissing himself? I'm not pissing myself. The only thing is, there might not be a disco dance today, I said. We went up to the building some stone steps. It was built 2 years ago, along with the monument on Sovetskaya, for the 40th anniversary of the liberation of Belarus. The club windows weren't lit up, and there wasn't any music. The eternal flame was flickering under the sculpture of a babe with wings. "No disco dance today," said Kuzmenok. "That's too bad. We can't spy on the girls. Do you know how the eternal flame works? How it burns all the time like that and never goes out? There's a pipe with gas running into it, like the burner on a stove. It probably uses a shitload of gas, don't you think?" "Probably," I said. "All right, we'll just go and go, since we cannot go downtown. But there's usually always a disco dance on Saturday at the company club. Other days too, but especially on Saturdays. Gangs of guys from different neighborhoods get together in there and kick each other's asses. Workers comes here too." Workers is the name of the neighborhood the narrator and his friend are from. I'll be coming with them once I start the 8th grade. The guys said I could come with them already, but I told them not until I'm in 8th grade.
Okay. Yeah. So this next section is when they're talking to the boxing coach. They're having a little party. "Where's your friend?" asked the trainer. I shrugged. That's okay, not a problem. The important thing is that he doesn't miss training. He can miss a birthday. It's a birthday gathering for somebody in the group. 10 of us were sitting in the trainer's apartment. One in the armchair, others on the couch and on chairs. Yesterday was Volkov's birthday, and the trainer suggested we get together to celebrate. He said they always did that in his club. We didn't have training that Wednesday. The trainer met us at the bus stop by the Goods for Men store. We went in the grocery store and bought 2 cakes and 2 big canning jars of orange juice at the cafeteria. The trainer lived on the 2nd floor of a building exactly like ours, also in a 2-room apartment, only you had to walk through one room to get to the other. He had sent his wife and kid to the neighbors, so they won't disturb us, he said. I sat on a chair by the window, right under the open transom. Children were chirping like birds in the courtyard, climbing all over the parallel bars and spreading last year's dead grass all over the place. Boxing is really an interesting sport because it's a spectacle, said the trainer. As it goes in sports, so it goes in life. If a guy's a weightlifter, this is how he goes around in weightlifting. The trainer stood up, hunched his shoulders, let his arms hang down, and took 2 big steps. So he goes in life, so he goes to the store, so he goes everywhere else. A boxer, on the other hand, is always mobile. I would even say graceful. Do you know this word? Do you understand what it means? A few of the guys nodded. I took a piece of cake from my plate, had a bite, and sipped some juice, which was in a white cup with the wolf and the rabbit from I'll Get You on it. That's one of the pop cultural references. It's a cartoon that sounds kind of like Bugs Bunny, or Bugs Bunny Roadrunner. It's a wolf that's always chasing a rabbit. I remember one time in a competition, continuing to the trainer. It was the Belarusian Republic Student Championship. There were plenty of trained boxers who were studying at the various institutes, but there were also guys who were just students. They clearly never had any training. There was one guy from the Teachers Institute who competed. He was a fellow from out in the country, big and strong. His weight category was 85 kilograms. So anyway, when he got in the ring, he didn't know the stance or anything. His opponent circled him, jogged in place, got ready to throw a punch. Then suddenly, this collective farmer takes a wide swing, just like in a country brawl, and beats the guy with one punch. It was a knockout. All the spectators were pissing themselves. They were laughing so hard. Although it isn't always funny, I know a boxer named Voba Kriptovic who killed a guy in the ring once. Did they send him to jail? Asked Litvinenko. No, and why would they? He didn't violate any rules. Did everything by the book. His opponent just turned out to have a weak heart. Generally speaking, boxing, and really this is true of any sport, is always a benefit in life. I'm not talking about the obvious things like getting into a fight to defend a girl's honor. The trainer looked at us. That stuff goes without saying. I'm talking about something else. For example, it made things much easier for me in the Army. I graduated from the history department at the Teachers Institute. They didn't have military classes there, so they took me in the Army after I already had my diploma. They sent me straight to Pechi near Borisov. Have you heard of Pechi? It's a pretty crabby place to be stationed. The regimen there and everything else about it. Our wake-up call was at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had late classes at the university, so I was used to waking up around 10. Anyhow, maybe some of you will have this opportunity. Why weren't you assigned to the sports unit? Asked Kostin, a short guy from the Mir 2 neighborhood. I have no idea how you get assigned to that one. What's the sports unit? I think that's good.
Oh, it's like it's a unit where basically athletes are conscripted to do their compulsory military service.
So
I
they
think,
don't have to do the regular
yeah,
army
they're
stuff.
like instead of doing regular army stuff, they are just training and have